Hello, children. Today we are going to learn about a story from your supplementary reader book of English named as It Is So Happened. So, in this supplementary book, there are around 10 stories, and among them, the first story is How the Camel Got His Hump. We will discuss this story soon, but before that, I would like to tell you something about the storyteller of this story. So, this story is written by Joseph Rudyard Kipling, who was an English journalist, short story writer, poet, and novelist also. So, he was born in India, which inspired much of his work. Rudyard Kipling's work includes The Jungle Book, Kim, and many other short stories like The Man Who Would Be King. And so, today, now let us learn the abridged part of the story named as How the Camel Got His Hump. This story is very simple and enjoyable. Let us read it out and understand the story. How the Camel Got His Hump. So, before we learn this story, let us understand the background of this story. So, how is the situation over here? The situation is like this: the world had just begun, and the animals were working for humans. Next to it, there was one lazy animal that did nothing and said nothing but hump. Okay, so there was an animal and it did not work for anything, but whereas whenever someone asks to work for anything, it used to tell like hump. So next to that, even the clever jinn was at his wits end. Means even there was a jinn. So what is jinn here? Jinn is a spirit that has strange powers and can assume any form, human or animal. It can become a human, it can become an animal. So such a genie was there, the in charge of the desert, but still that genie was at his wits end. He even can't even able to make him understand the things. So the background we have understood. Now let us read the story and understand. I am reading the story. In the beginning, when the world was new and animals were just beginning to work for man, there was a camel, and he lived in the middle of a howling desert because he did not want to work. Okay, so this is the situation. When is the situation shown here? The situation is like this: the world had just begun, means there was the existence of world, and even the animals started to work for human beings, means they started to get domesticated by the human for any work. Such situation is over here, and in that desert there is a camel who was living in the center of the howling desert. Howling means what do you call it, horrible desert. There were no people in the center of that desert. There this camel was living because he did not want to work. So anytime anyone asked to work for anything, he used to say only hump. He ate sticks and thorns and prickles, and when anybody spoke to him, he said hump, just hump, and no more. Okay, so in the center of the desert, he used to eat the things. He used to eat the things, what all things are available, like stick, thorns and prickles over there. Usually this is the food of desert animals, especially camels used to eat the prickles and thorns into the desert, so used to eat like that. And whenever anyone asks for anything, or whenever any animal or any person used to speak with him, it used to say what? Only hump, and nothing more than that. So presently the horse came to him on Monday morning with a saddle on his back and said, "Camel, O camel, come out and trot like the rest of us." So here is a horse uh, who is having something on his back, carrying the thing on his back, and it asked that, "Camel, O camel, however we all are working into the desert, the same way you should also trot like the rest of us. You should also work like a rest of us instead of sitting and eating the prickles and thorns." "Hump," said the camel, and the horse went away and told the man. Okay, so since the camel was having the habit of saying just hump, the same way it gave the reply to the horse, and so the horse went to the man and complained about it. Presently the dog came to him with a stick in his mouth and said, "Camel, O camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us." So here the dog is shown over here. The dog had kept a stick in its mouth, and I think it is carrying from one place to another. The same way the dog too requested the camel to work like us. "Hump," said the camel, and the dog went away and told the man. So here too the same way reply was given by a camel to the dog, and in the same way the dog too went to the man and complained about him that he is not ready to work. Presently the ox came to him with a yoke on his neck and said, "Camel, O camel, come and plow like the rest of us." So the third time the ox has come here along with the yoke on his neck. So what is yoke here? Y-O-K-E, yoke. Yoke is a long piece of wood which is fixed across the necks of two animals to carry the heavy loads. Okay, usually you see that whenever bullock carts are rode, that time such kind of yokes have been used on both the necks of two animals. So there was a yoke on its back, and it came to the camel, and the same way it asked the camel to come and plow like the rest of us. The same way third time too the same reply was given by the camel to the ox. Instead of saying anything, it just said hump, and the ox went to the man and complained about the animal. Okay, so what is next? Let us see there. At the end of the day, the man called the horse and the dog and the ox together and said, 303, I am very sorry for you, but that hump thing in the desert can't work, or he would have been here by now. So I am going to leave him alone, and you must work double time to make up for it. Okay, so here was the man who can say to be the in charge of the desert. He called all the three of those animals. They were burdened with the work already, with their own work, and even he said that such a camel, I know that he would have been new into the desert, and since I cannot tell him anything to the camel, so whatever work has been assessed or has been given to the camel, that has to be worked out from three of you. You will have to work for double, and you will have to complete his own work too. So this way The in charge of the desert told to all of them, and let us see what is happened next. So that made the three very angry, and they held a panchayata on the edge of the desert. And the camel came chewing cud and laughed at them. Then he said, "Hump," and went away again. Okay, since they became angry with the man's reply that he was not allowing the hump like thing to work in the desert, it made them angry. So what did they thought? What did they think? Sorry, they thought of a panchayata on the edge of the desert. Okay, so when do the people used to have panchayata in earlier days and nowadays too? When there are certain problems among two people or two group of people or more than two or three group of people together on any issue, that time they used to hold the panchayata, and where that problem can be sorted out. So such kind of panchayata was being held by three of the animals. So alongside that, a camel too came chewing a cud and laughed at them, and saying the same way, "Hump," it went away. So this is the situation over here. So presently three came along the genie, or we can say jinn, who was in charge of all deserts, rolling in a cloud of dust. Okay, so all three were present over there along with the jinn. Jinn means what? Already I have told you that jinn is a spirit that has strange power and can assume any form like human and animal. Such a genie came out from the uh, land. So you could see here the picture. He came out rolling in a cloud of dust. So next, what happened? Let us see. "Jinn of all deserts," said the horse, "is it right for anyone to be idle?" "Certainly not," said the jinn. So what is asked horse here? So it is not good for anybody to just idle away the time. Means just wasting time. It is not good for anyone. It is not good. He asked the question whether it is good to idle away our time. And then genie replied that certainly not. Of course, no one should idle away or waste their time. "Well," said the horse, "there is a thing in the middle of your desert with a long neck and long legs, and he hasn't done a stroke of work since Monday morning. He won't trot." So the horse complained about the animal. He explained the physical appearance of the animal. He said that he is having a long neck and even the long legs. He used to sit in the middle of the howling desert and does not work. He don't even do a stroke of work since Monday morning, he said. Not a single piece of work has been done by him. He complained like that. Then what happened? See there. "Whew," said the genie, whistling. "That's my camel. What does he say about it?" Then he came to know they are complaining about a camel. He said, "It's my camel. When you asked for the work, what did it say to you?" He asked to them. "He says hump, and he won't plow," said the ox. And then whenever any people or any animal used to go and ask for work to do, he saying nothing but only hump. "Very good," said the genie. "I'll hump him if you'll kindly wait a minute." Okay, then he came to know it is a camel, and he said that wait for a while and I will hump him, I will punish him in that sense. So this is what the first session of how the camel got his hump, written by a famous English writer, Rudyard Kipling. I hope you have understood how is the story here. Three of the animals are complaining about one animal which is idling away its time into the desert, and even that animal named as camel can't even give in the correct answer to these all animals. So this is what the story first half. There is the ending of second half. We will see that in the next session.